Hi, this is Ann Silver, CEO of the Reno Sparks Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with Councilman Kristopher Dahir and Michael Moreno from the Regional Transportation Commission, and this is our regular update on the 2020 census.
And we're pretty excited because we're just a few days away from it all starting to pop. So it's kind of exciting. We want to make sure that you know what's happening, and we brought with you our very own professional, Michael Moreno.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Ann. And even though Ann said I work at the Regional Transportation Commission, I'm here in the capacity as chair of the Washoe County Complete Count Committee. I've had the opportunity to participate in the last two census, and I have the privilege again to be the chair of the Complete Count Committee. So, as Councilman Dahir said, the census is days away, and we're really excited. Starting on March 12th, households will receive postcards telling you how to participate in the census. And I'm sure that Councilman Dahir and Ann have mentioned there's 3 ways to participate in the census. You can do it online, you can do it by phone, or you can request a form to mail it in. And if
you don't, they're going to come knock on your door.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't want them doing that, right?
Exactly. And it's really easy to do the census. There's only 9 questions, and it takes about 10 minutes, and it's 10 minutes for 10 years. 10 years of federal funding that comes back to Nevada right here in Washoe County. And that's $20,000 per person for every man, woman, and child that participates in the census. So we're asking everyone to be counted. Do your part to shape your future, because the census is very important to help fund programs that many of us take advantage of, especially for hospitals, education, transportation, roads. So the census is really, really key for us. And to get more information about the census, the state of Nevada has a complete count committee for statewide. And so you can go to census.nv.gov to get more information about the census. Now, on March 12th, you can actually start participating, taking the census online. And you can go to that same website, census.nv.gov, to click a link to do the census. At the same time, we've got some phone numbers that we want to share with you that you can get information, ask questions, learn more about the census. And that phone number is 1-844-330-2020. And that's for English language information. Now, for those of you who speak Spanish and are more comfortable talking to a Spanish language representative, you can call 1-844-468-2020. Now, from March 1st until March 11th, you can call those numbers, ask questions, get information, but starting on March 12th, that phone number, you can also do the census by phone, calling those phone numbers. Now, we do want to let people know that although the decennial census is a short 9-question questionnaire, there is another census survey that is taking place right now in our community, and that's the American Community Survey. That's the ACS. And census representatives are out in our community today reaching individuals to answer that much longer form. Not everybody participates in that, but we're letting you know this information simply because you may be wondering that, hey, I heard that the census was only 9 questions. Here I've got many more questions to answer. That is a legitimate survey. And if you have a census representative that comes to your door and you're not sure, they are credentialed. They have badges. It has a watermark with the Census Bureau logo on it. But you can also call a phone number to verify identities of census representatives. And that phone number is 1-800-923-8282. So there's a lot of resources that are available for all of us to learn much more about the census and specifically what it means to Nevada. So again, we're asking everybody to do their part, count everyone in the household, because again, for each person that is counted, Nevada gets $20,000 per person. And if we don't count Nevadans, that funding goes to another state. Because I'm sure Councilman Dahir has mentioned that we're in competition with all the other 49 states. Everybody wants to get counted so that they get the maximum amount of federal funding for their communities. So please do your part. Take the census.
Yeah. Well, we'd also say, so those who are listening to this as you are business leaders, so do your part But here's the key to it. Go around to your own employees, maybe in your place of business. Put up maybe this answer so people, even your customers who come in, can be a part of. I know we have a lot of people asking about
Absolutely.
it.
We have people calling. We're giving out as much information as possible. We want our over 1,900 members to speak to their employees. They employ over 90,000 residents of this community. Shame on anybody that doesn't take this census. And I also wanted to point out, because Michael, you've given so much great information, that among those 9 questions, there is no question about citizenship. And I think that's a concern that people have. This is not in any way, shape, or form an effort to reveal citizenship or legal or illegal status. This is about how many people live in your household, wherever you live. And we want to ensure from the Chamber's standpoint that if people are afraid or have concerns, that they call these numbers, they can call us, they can call the councilman. We want to be the providers of accurate information to all those people interested in taking the census, and hopefully every man, woman, and child in this community will be counted.
And the census is not going to ask questions of what your social security number is,
Right.
what your bank account number is, or a credit card. So just know they're very basic questions that are being asked on the census. So it's safe, it's secure, and confidential. And in this day and age of technology, the U.S. Census Bureau has established resources to ensure that this information is safe and confidential. So they have software that detects hackers. So this site is hack-free. So please be secure, be comfortable that the information is going to be used only by the U.S. Census Bureau. The U.S. Census Bureau does not share this information with any federal, state, or local agencies, including law enforcement or the IRS. By law, they cannot share this information, because should an employee distribute that information, they are subject to a $250,000 fine
Whoa.
and 5 years imprisonment.
Wow.
This census information cannot be released
Sacred.
for 72 years. And many of you may already use census information when you're doing genealogy, because it's a great resource to find out about our families that have lived in the United States since 1790. And this is mandated by the
It's great
Constitution, and at the same time, we're required by law to participate in the census. So please, everyone, do your civic duty and participate in the 2020 census.
So I have one final thought from me. Is so I know as businesses, I get to meet a lot of you, and everyone is so cares about a community. You do fundraisers, you actually give money to people to go out and do nice things with nonprofits. Why don't you think about this? Think of the finances for every person that's counted. So if you would just take the time to communicate this and make sure your employees and your customers do that, just think of the fundraiser you're doing for our community, for our city, for those people of what we get to help with in our infrastructure. So just think about this. It almost, in a sense, you work very hard to make sure our community is great. That means you have to work that hard on this, because it's the same idea. It's the same exact thing.
Councilman, and we should probably let yours also know that if you don't have access to a computer, there are going to be locations throughout
Absolutely.
our communities where people can go and use a computer online. Our library system, there are several nonprofit organizations
The
that
Chamber
are
of
also
Commerce will
the
be a
Chamber
place
of
to start.
Commerce, and the local jurisdictions, the City of Reno, the City of Sparks, and Washoe County.
Well, this is great. I think the more information we can provide to people about the 2020 census, the more people we're fairly sure will absolutely
Chamber
participate.
rocks.
Chamber rocks. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.